morning, 8th grade. We are almost finished with your book. Today we are in Unit 7, the extra lesson, Come to Kurdistan. This is Monday, April 20. In your book, it is page 90 and page 91. This is page 90. This lesson is all about Kurdistan. Listen while I read this. Most British people go on holiday in Britain or abroad to Spain, Greece, Thailand, or other hot countries. Let's attract them to come to Kurdistan. What does this mean? Well, it's saying most British people from Britain go on holiday in hot countries. But this says people should also come on holiday to Kurdistan. I think Kurdistan is beautiful. That would be awesome if people would come here on holiday. This is a map of Kurdistan. Point to Dahuk. This is Dahuk. Point to Erbil. This is Erbil. I know you call it different in Kurdish, but in English we call it Erbil. And then point to Silmani. It's right here. These are pictures of the different cities. I don't know which is for which city. Let's read this again. I will say and you repeat. Most British people go on holiday in Britain or abroad to Spain, Greece, Thailand, or other hot countries. Let's attract them to come to Kurdistan. So what are some of the new words that you see in this section? So we have the word abroad. Abroad, what does this mean? Abroad means to travel or leave your country. I went abroad, I came to Kurdistan. My home country is America, but I went abroad. Repeat after me, abroad. What is this word? Attract. It says, let's attract. What does attract mean? It means cause people to want to come here. Cause people to want to come here. Attract. Make it look fun, beautiful, easy, cheap, so they will be attracted to come. And what is this word? This says let's. Let's is a short way of saying let us. This means I could say, let us study English. That means I want all of us to do something together. Let us attract them to come to Kurdistan. Let us attract them to come to Kurdistan. But we shorten it by saying, let's. After me, abroad, attract, let's. This question says, how much do you know about Kurdistan? Well, we will correct these sentences, but first, these are all the directions. This is a compass. Maybe on your phone, you have a compass. A compass tells you which direction is which. This says north. North. What country is north of Kurdistan? Well, look at the compass. This points up. Right above Kurdistan is Turkey. So Turkey is north of Kurdistan. These are all directions. North, northeast, east, southeast, south, southwest, west, and northwest. So these are all different directions. And this is how we say them in English. This is north. Again, what is north of Kurdistan? Turkey. This word is south. What is south of Kurdistan? Iraq. This word is west. Which direction is west? This is west. What is west of Kurdistan? On the map, you can see here's Kurdistan, west, probably Syria. Syria. This word is east. East. What is east of Kurdistan? Iran. Repeat these words after me. North, east, south, west. So the sun rises in the east. East for me right now is that direction. The sun rises in the east. Which country is east of Kurdistan? Iran. The sun sets in the west. The west is that way for me. What country is west of Kurdistan? Syria is west of Kurdistan. What country is north of Kurdistan? Turkey. And south of Kurdistan? Iraq. You can remember north and south is like up and down. North, south, and both of them end in TH. So remember when you say TH, put your tongue in between your teeth. North, south. You can remember east and west, it's like right and left, and they both end in ST. 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 What does this one say? North. What does this one say? East. What does this one say? South. And this one? West. When I was a kid, we learned how to remember which direction is which. We learned it like this. We would say, never, the word never starts with N, never eat, starts with an E, soggy, starts with an S, waffles, starts with a W. So this is something funny we would learn. Never eat, soggy means wet, waffles. Waffles are like pancakes or like bread. Never eat. It would mean never eat wet bread. So it was a funny thing we would say. Never eat soggy waffles. And we could remember north, never. East, eat. South, soggy. West, waffles. So if that helps you. We also have these smaller directions, like these four. All four of these either start with north or south. We don't start these with west or east. So if it's between north and west, we say northwest. North and east, northeast. South and west, southwest. South and east, southeast. Now I will say, and you point to the correct word on this side. Point to west. Point to south. Point to southeast. Northwest. East. Northeast. North. Southwest. On a compass, we don't spell the words, we just use the first letter. Now let's do it on this side. I will say the direction and you point to it. Point to west, south, southeast, northwest, southwest, northeast, north, east. I will point to it and you say it. I can't hear you, but you say it. What is this one? It is northwest. What is this one? Southwest. What is this one? North. What is this one? South. What is this one? East. What is this one? Northeast. See how there's an N and an E. Northeast. What is this one? Southeast. And what is this one? West. West. Okay, let's look at our map again. This is our map. And you can see north points up to Turkey, south points down to Iraq, west points left to Syria, east points right to Iran. So I will ask and you answer. What is north of Kurdistan? Look here, north, Turkey. What is west of Kurdistan? West, Syria. What is south of Kurdistan? Iraq. And what is east of Kurdistan? Iran. Good job. So let's answer these questions. These are these sentences. These are wrong. First, Dahuk is in the southeast of Kurdistan. Is this right or wrong? There's one thing wrong with this sentence. Dahuk is in the southeast of Kurdistan. Well, let's look at our map. Where is southeast? This says southeast. Is Dahuk in the southeast? No. In Kurdistan, this would be the southeast. Down and to the right. Dahuk is up and to the left. So what is Dahuk? It is in the, well, this would be the north. So it's probably in the northwest of Kurdistan. So instead of southeast, we will say northwest. Number two, Soleimani is in the northwest. Is this true? Find Soleimani here. Is this in the northwest? No. Remember, northwest is up here. Down here is southeast, down and to the right, southeast. Okay, so change this. Soleimani is in the southeast. Erbil is in the south. What is wrong with this sentence? It's not in the south. If you were to draw a line through the middle of the country, yeah, if you were to draw a line like right through the middle, you would have north up here. Remember, north is always up, the top. South down here. Erbil is not in the south. Erbil is in the north. So here we will say Erbil is in the north. And number four, Iran is to the west of Kurdistan. Is this true? Well, find Iran. This is Iran. Is Iran in the west? No. Which direction is Iran? East. East. Let's change this from west to east. Okay, I will say and you repeat. Dahuk is in the northwest of Kurdistan. Soleimani is in the southeast. Erbil is in the north. Iran is to the east of Kurdistan. Good job, everyone. Let's look at the next page, page 91. This is a brochure. So a brochure says lots of good things about a place. This brochure is talking about Duhok, Erbil, Suli, and Gali Ali Beg. At the top it says, come to Kurdistan and have the holiday of a lifetime. Remember, the book says we want people to come to Kurdistan. Here are good reasons to come to Kurdistan. So, first, pause the video and read these paragraphs. You decide. Which city goes in each space? Which city goes in each space? First, it will talk about one of these cities, then it will talk about another city, then it will talk about another city, and then it will talk about another place. So you decide. Okay, I hope you found the correct city for each space. Now, I will read and you listen. See if you are correct. Erbil is one of the most important historical cities and one of the oldest in the world. People have lived here for more than 8,000 years. This makes London, 2,000 years old, look like a baby. Erbil is a great city for anyone interested in history or archaeology. Visit the citadel in the center of the old town of Erbil. See the Grand Mosque, one of the oldest in the city. The 37 meters high Mudhafaria Minaret and the baths, built in 1775 AD. And leave a day free to visit the fascinating museums of civilization and folklore. You certainly won't be bored. Which city is this paragraph about? Did you hear? It's about Erbil. Let's read the next one, starting here. And when you're in Kurdistan, don't forget, I think this one is Suleimani. Suleimani is a busy city built around an enormous and fascinating market area. There are lots of hotels and excellent restaurants. Travel east and you will discover beautiful picnic areas in the hills. May is a good time to visit Suleimani. Warm days and cool nights. Were you correct? All right, let's start here for the next paragraph. And then you must visit Duhok. Duhok is a clean, modern city and the perfect center for exploring the fantastic surrounding hills, mountains, and lakes. Were you correct? All right, let's start from here. Is it shopping you are interested in? Kurdistan is famous all over the world for its carpets, and you can see some of the best examples of them in the handmade carpet factory in Erbil. In all the city bazaars, you can spend hours shopping for clothes, local souvenirs, and typical Kurdish food. Then let's read here. But make sure you have time to visit the countryside surrounding the cities. For instance, visit the Gali Ali Beg waterfall. This dramatic waterfall, about 130 kilometers from Erbil, lies in a spectacular mountainous and forested area and is one of the most attractive tourist sites in the country. But don't go in the winter. The temperature can fall to -10 Celsius. That's cold. And everywhere you go, you can stay in comfortable and welcoming hotels and restaurants. Pause the video again and read this to yourself. Read it aloud so you can hear all the words. If there are words you do not understand, look them up in a dictionary. Some of these words I can tell you. You know history and archaeology. Erbil is famous for history and archaeology. That means lots of information about the past. Do you know the word carpet? Carpet is on the floor. So under my table is a carpet. Carpet. So Erbil and Kurdistan is famous for carpets. Do you know waterfall? Waterfall is water that falls down. Water that falls down and is very beautiful. It says spectacular mountainous and forested area. Spectacular means awesome, very good, very beautiful. Spectacular. Okay, so once you finish reading this again, we will move on to adjectives. These are some interesting adjectives. These are good adjectives to use when talking about a city. This word is dramatic. Dramatic. Dramatic means maybe very colorful, very bright, very exciting, very new. Sometimes we will say a person is dramatic if they are loud and colorful and exciting. Repeat after me, dramatic. This word is interesting. Interesting is something that maybe is new, and another word for it could be fascinating. Some people find English very interesting. Some people think history is very interesting. Do you think history is interesting? That means you like it, you like to learn, and it has lots of new information. Do you find history interesting? Some people do not, but some do. Repeat after me. Interesting. Interesting. This says famous for. What does this mean? Famous for. Well, in America, in New York City, New York is famous for the Statue of Liberty. In Paris, France, Paris is famous for the Eiffel Tower. If we say something is famous for, we're saying, a place or a person is famous because. For is like because in Kurdish, çünkü. So New York is famous because Statue of Liberty. Erbil is famous for museums. Kurdistan is famous for carpets. Dahuk is famous for mountains. Repeat after me, famous for. Famous for. This word is spectacular. Remember, spectacular means very awesome, very good, or beautiful. I think the mountains around Dahuk are spectacular. Spectacular. This word is welcoming. Welcoming. You can do this to help you remember. Welcoming. If someone is welcoming, it means they want you to come. They give you food and drink. They help you. They are happy to see you. I think Kurdistan is welcoming. In the story, at the very end, it says, welcoming hotels and restaurants. You can stay in comfortable and welcoming hotels and restaurants. Repeat after me, welcoming. This word is oldest. You know this word, old, mezun in Kurdi, but old in English. And then if we want to say there are two items, one is older, but if there are three items or more, we say oldest. Did you know Erbil is the oldest city that people have lived in? Repeat after me, oldest. Oldest. Let's go through these one more time. Dramatic, interesting, famous for, spectacular, welcoming, oldest. Match these adjectives with a good location to describe it. In your book, you can do it on page 91 also. Okay, so let's start with this one, oldest. What's a good thing to say oldest for? We probably wouldn't say oldest mountains. No, mountains are always there. We probably wouldn't say oldest hotels. That's not good. No one wants to stay in an old hotel. But it is very good to say oldest city Oldest mosque? Oldest minaret? That's exciting and interesting. Welcoming. Which location should be very welcoming? Remember it said hotels are very welcoming. Spectacular. Which location can we call spectacular? I think the mountains are spectacular. Which option could we call famous for? Is Kurdistan famous for waterfall? Is Kurdistan famous for carpets? Is Kurdistan famous for history and archaeology? Well, they do have a lot of history and archaeology, but they're famous for carpets. Interesting. Do they have interesting history or interesting waterfalls? Interesting doesn't usually go with waterfall. Interesting usually goes with history or archaeology or information. And then dramatic goes with waterfall. Remember, dramatic can be big, colorful, amazing. So we could say that the waterfall is dramatic. Okay, you can do it in your book as well. Make sure that you understand all these new adjectives. Remember, an adjective is the word used to describe something. Now it's your turn. Create some sentences about Duhok. Now, I come from a place called Lancaster, Pennsylvania in the United States. For example, I can say, you must visit Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Lancaster is a great city. It has beautiful cafes, large parks, and interesting museums. I want you to create 5 sentences about Duhok. Start your sentences like this. You must visit Duhok, Kurdistan. And then do 4 more sentences about Kurdistan. Talk about the positive things. Use these words like Duhok has spectacular mountains. Duhok has welcoming hotels. Duhok has dramatic scenery. Duhok has interesting museums or interesting people. So create 5 sentences. Write them out and send them to me on WhatsApp so I can see and correct. You can also pick 3 activities from Unit 7 activity book to complete. So we did Unit 7, we are finished with Unit 7, but we did not do all of the activities in your activity book. So for homework, you choose 3 activities that we did not do and do them and send to me. For example, I don't think we did this puzzle on page 71. You could do this. Just look at Unit 7 and pick 3. Okay, so one more time. Create 5 sentences about Duhok. Choose 3 activities from Unit 7 student activity book to complete. Send to me on WhatsApp. Work hard. This is a good time for you to be learning English and growing. I am very proud of you. I will see you in the live class tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And we are going to have a very fun game for everyone. So I hope that everyone can come. Thank you for joining me today. Have a good day and work hard. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.